the people who added value to your life. I want to welcome everyone to the Renewed Mind podcast, and I'm Andrew Kaufman. Today's a episode, well, it's very personal because I want to talk about the people that God placed in our lives who leave fingerprints on our heart. People who shaped us, strengthened us, and taught us things that stay with us, well, for the rest of our lives, but yet they're gone. Today, I want to honor a man who added tremendous value to my life and ministry. His name, Carlos Alberto Henao. Some people enter your life, well, just for a season. Others leave deposits in your spirit that they continue producing the fruit that they gave you for years. Carlos was one of those people. He was more than just a friend to me. He was someone I intentionally sought out because I recognized something in him that I needed in my life. He carried wisdom. He carried kindness. He carried a genuine love for people. And one of the things I learned from him very quickly was this: people do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. You see, Carlos had a way of making people feel seen. He gave his time freely. He gave his talents freely. He gave godly advice freely. And he did it with love because he loved helping people, whether it was ministry, technology, computers, or simply just encouraging someone who felt forgotten. He was always willing to serve. And what made him different was this: he didn't serve people to be noticed. He served people because he loved them. And that's rare because we live in a world where many people want platforms, but very people want to wash feet. Carlos had the heart of a true servant. And as I reflect on the years I was privileged to stand beside him in ministry, I can honestly say those were some of the most cherished years of my life. He taught me something very powerful. He taught me to speak from my heart and allow the Holy Ghost inside of me just to flow out naturally into people. It wasn't about performance. It wasn't about hype. It wasn't trying to impress people, just letting God move through you sincerely. And I think many people today are starving for that exact same type of attitude that he had. They don't just need polished sermons, they need authentic people. They need someone who genuinely cares. His wife was is also a beautiful soul who deeply loves God and could sense her relationship with the Lord when you're around her. Her heart reflects God's peace. Her prayers and devotion daily are amazing. Together, they modeled something powerful because ministry is not just what happens behind a pulpit. Ministry is how you treat people. And that impacted me deeply. Carlos truly knew no stranger. He could meet someone one time and make them feel like family. And the reason was simple: he saw people through the eyes of Christ. He taught me something I still carry today. People are the apple of God's eye. And because of that, we must treat them with love, respect, patience, and compassion while doing everything we can to point them toward Jesus Christ. That's ministry. not building crowds, not building buildings, but building people. And let me give you a little picture of Brother Carlos. There's a little parable. It talks about the lantern carrier. Imagine a man walking down a dark road carrying a lantern. Now, the lantern doesn't remove all darkness from the world, but everywhere that man walks, people near him can see more clearly. Some see the path, some avoid stumbling, and some simply feel safer. Why? Because the light is nearby. And when the man passes by, people remember the light he carried. That's what certain people do in our lives. They carry light. No attention to themselves, just God's light. Because they walk beside us, we can now see more clearly ourselves. You see, Carlos was one of those lantern carriers in my life. His kindness lit paths for people. His servant spirit lit paths for people all around him. His compassion lit paths for people. And now I find myself asking, how do I continue that light? Because legacy is not just what someone leaves behind. Legacy is what continues through the people they impacted. And Carlos impacted my life. And I believe one of the greatest ways you and I can honor people who poured into us is by continuing the things they taught us. So today, I want to challenge you. Who added value to your life? Who believed in you? Who has encouraged you? Who strengthens you? Who taught you how to love people better? And maybe an even deeper question is this: are you becoming that kind of person for someone else? You see, ministry is not about titles, it's about impacting people. It's about reaching, teaching, and mentoring people. It's about loving people enough to walk right beside them in the midst of their storms. And one thing I truly want to continue in my own life is the shepherding heart I saw in Carlos Henao. If someone was missing from church, he would go find them. He would pray with them. He would encourage with them, talk with them. And there's sometimes he'd even sing with them. You see, that kind of love, well, it leaves marks on people's hearts. And honestly, I think the church needs more of that again. Not just better preaching, better shepherding, more compassion, more sincerity, more people willing to stop long enough to just care. Because hurting people don't always need a lecture first. Sometimes they need someone to simply love them enough just to notice. Notice sometimes they're hurting. My prayer is, Father, I thank you for the people you placed in our lives who strengthen us, who sharpen us, who point us closer to you. I thank you for the mentors, the encouragers, the servants, the shepherds who quietly add value to others without needing any recognition. And Lord, help us become those kinds of people again. Teach us to love deeply, serve humbly, speak sincerely, and to carry your light into dark places. Help us not just to build ministries, but to build people. And let the things others poured into us continue producing fruit from generation to generations to come. My friend, if this episode has encouraged you, can you take a moment to subscribe, like, and share the Renewed Mind podcast with someone who may just need encouragement today? And remember, always remember this: you were created to make a difference in someone else's life. So please don't wait to walk in God's will for your life. Why? Well, because someone right now is waiting for you to walk in the path that God has prepared for you. And let me tell you, the best is still ahead. It's not behind us. Carlos, Alberto, Henao, I love you and thank you for the 30 years of our friendship.